Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his companions, and I will put them unto him together with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick. So spoke the prophet Ezekiel in his vision of the dry bones thousands of years ago. And here, beyond the mountains of darkness, in a small ramshackle hut in the state of Mizoram, India, lives the last prophet, the prophet of the tribe of Manasseh. The villagers were thrilled to hear that guests had arrived from Israel and gathered to greet us en masse. The Mizo tribe lives in the mountains between India and Burma. 1.5 million tribespeople who believe that they are the lost tribe of Manasseh and worship its God.
Hey ram lataka kania an mani pianzia le kan pianzia te chu hey tu na po kanin an lo zia a chianga amai ro chu Israel te khun leido anei te hian khung Arab sarkar te khung ado te khun Israel hi chu kan lo tran em ringa kan thin nuwa hian.
The Mizo people have their own version of the legend of the wandering Jew. After the exile, they say, the tribe of Manasseh settled in Persia. They were later banished to Afghanistan, Tibet, and China. When the Chinese tried to enslave them, they fled to mountain caves. At some point in the haze of time, our heroes migrated to the Mizoram region, where they live to this day, still longing to complete their own exodus. The Mizo sing this hymn. We must keep the Passover festival because we crossed the Red Sea on dry land. At night we crossed with a fire, and by day with a cloud. Enemies pursued us with chariots, and the sea swallowed them up and used them as food for the fish. And when we were thirsty, we were given water from a rock. After a night of celebration, dawn breaks over the village of Silsuk. Today, most members of the Mizo tribe see themselves as Christians. Yet, there are many Hebrew symbols in their original tribal religion. The leader of each village is a priest, and his name is always Aaron. Their religion includes a practice long removed from the Jewish ritual world: animal sacrifices. Their altar resembles that of the Hebrew temple. Yet there is one major difference. The tribe's people primarily sacrifice pigs. Like all proud Hebrew communities, the Mizo too have a glorious battle heritage, which boasts how the few defeated the many. They stood up to the Indian Army in their struggle for independence. Gideon Ray tells us about the Mizo underground.
I also have been 5 years in Mizo underground. 1966, the MNF, Mizo force, were attacking the coming Indian army, and they come from there, and they threw the grenade and shooting them. Many Indian army have died, and their car and vehicle, all of their vehicle were burned down.
Aizaw, the capital, like the rest of Mizoram state, is closed to visitors because of continuous political ferment and tension. Consequently, its inhabitants have only limited contact with the outside world. This gala festival in Aizaw displays the entire spectrum of Mizo culture. The tribe is divided into many sects and factions, each with its own legend and prophecy. One group claims that God revealed himself to the tribe through a young boy, commanding them to avoid eating pork, to observe the Sabbath, and to sacrifice 2 horses, one black and one white. Local residents can point to ancient traditions that led them to Hebraism: tithing, redeeming the firstborn, and Levirate marriage. The festival displayed the tribe's traditional clothing through the ages. Undoubtedly, the modern sample is the most amusing one. Several hundred townspeople converted to Judaism under the guidance of Rabbi Avichail of Israel. Unlike the rest of the tribe, whose Hebraism is mingled with Christian and other influences, the converted group is a genuine Jewish community. Members of the Jewish community recreated the Sabbath rituals during the week because filming would violate the holy day of rest. They longed for contact with the outside Jewish world to obtain guidance in observing the Torah laws. Gideon, who leads the community's synagogue services, spent 3 years at a yeshiva in Jerusalem, where he learned the prayers.
Christian kara kan oma mi musidle mi luizatin kan oma bai hi ere bai hi bokher yom hasisibai hasama imbiare pekocham.
The Mizo tried to establish contact with the State of Israel from the moment they heard of its creation. One day in the early 1950s, someone read a newspaper article reporting that Ben-Gurion's speech shook the Knesset to the core. They thought that the parliament building actually trembled and wrote a concerned letter to the Israeli consul. This was their first contact with the Jewish state.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Like a distant memory, the tribe nurtured its legend. The final seal of approval was provided by Rabbi Avichail, who did not rule out the possibility that the Mizo could belong to the tribe of Manasseh. The tribe's people seized on his statement as rabbinic validation of their belief.
Hian Israel ten he na chau thu lo thunga chu thu thung chu voini thleng hian ala dik ti ka hria Church of God Israel rong ka bol thin na New Testament lamnen Moses le khabu te kan buk thina chu wangin Church of God Israel ban sanin Judaism a hian kalut tani.
Respectfully, concerning the above request for the Shevet Manasseh community.
The community council meets after prayers. On the agenda, an appeal by tribespeople from across the border in Burma for prayer books and guidance. While members of the Mizoram community are still desperate for any scrap of information they can find about Judaism, they are veritable Torah scholars compared with their counterparts in Burma.
Yani hey kila matanga bangbo tak melo ron sukha ton ma fela patne na anlo ti hola chuan bultan tu ro pui tak ani ve chu kham ma ro chu tu na hian chung ko pat
ani le sabat kha ange sabat service kha ange tamzo
kan pre arbu hera kan elai po thingtang ni ti po thon ngan pe thelo ni a thon pe ring ko kan tu tu ko ni ha tu na ali na mo khori mo
tu na sidur kan man lai ni lo ama kan siam kan ne khamo bu khat kalo present tau boka.
The seventh queen bids farewell to the mountains of Mizoram.
Baru kata dona ilahenu melek hawalam bare mine bashamayim.
The converts to Judaism feel that their rediscovery of the Bible and Jewish ritual law bring them closer to the very cradle of their birth as a nation.
Kan hau tu ten pathian hena Israel ni in rama in hong turani ti a han soi lai khan agai an mu khan kan lom ma sial ten chuna bong ten tala ti chuan mi khwal te kan in cha khoma chuan sabat kha kan na mang lawa chu chuan mo sabat kan han mang tran don ta sabat kan han man chuan VC a khachunga swai tu te khanin mian run ta ni klai thim thut ta khan som nga vel rual khanin in tina kan nei te eng mani ar te kan ran nei te bung bel
ran an mo piang a om tok an ti kha an la top ringota ke ni chuan sabat kan ser theina turani phot chuan
eng ma kan
po sengela poi kan te lawa chuan kut kanan mang ta kut kan mana po chuan beram thisen kha kongka bianga kan ta chuan chol kan bang boka kalhen kut ani in ti chuan khamisaron ei tur chuan an puanemo an engemo thisena an suk lo chuan kan e tir phal lawa tin ding chungin kan eya kal mai tur angin chuan kan lo ei to thin ni
ding chungin putarin tiang hol chungin tiangan hola ding chungin thleng ti hiang kan kenga kan eya kal ei kham vele kal mai tur ang khan ai kupta rama Israel te chuak ang tur khan kan lo chang na sa to mai male
Bad T lang D mo bad
E Loma
B
E
Two members of the Burmese community made the long trek from Burma to Aizaw to study Hebrew and Torah law.
LOMAD.
We slowly learn also that Judaism is a very tough and hard way, yet we are ready to go ahead and sacrifice ourselves because we are the chosen one, and our dream and our aim and goal is to be in Israel.
The religion of the Mizo has undergone many changes. At the end of the 19th century, Christian missionaries were highly successful in the region. Today, about 80% of the Mizoram population consists of devout Christians. Perhaps the notion of Hebrew origin came from the missionaries. In their religious zeal, the Christian clerics discovered considerable similarity between the Mizo customs and the biblical commandments, hinting that the Mizo descended from the lost tribes of Israel. And so they persuaded the locals to adopt what they perceived as the true continuation of the Hebrew spirit, Christianity.
lungdeng turme khi lal sabunga sailo ramthar branch ani.
The Christian missionaries are remembered fondly by the tribe's people. The friendship they displayed and their willingness to live under harsh conditions for the sake of an ideal made a great impression on the Mizo. Unlike the Hindus, who thought the tribe to be savage, the missionaries instilled a sense of national pride among the Mizo and brought education, literacy, and books to a people thirsty for knowledge. Zai is a successful insurance agent and a seasoned businesswoman. She is an enthusiastic Hebrew and also a devout Christian. Zai has a large, warm family in Aizaw. Her husband, also a proud Hebrew, translated a book about one of the most fascinating espionage affairs of the Israeli Mossad.
The spying work of Eli Cohen. After reading that book, I was so much impressed. A true story, such a great spying work. I translated it into my language and printed. After selling out the first print, some friends asked me to print again, and it already printed 2 times.
Many of the shops in the marketplace have Hebrew names. Zai's family has a wide range of businesses, including a shop called Vered, Hebrew for rose.
So we sell many different things, foreign kinds and Indian made. During Christmas, here most of the people are Christians, and we used to have many customers.
The public pay toilets in the shop's cellar provide a substantial supplement to the family's income.
We charge 3 rupees for 1 man. For urinal, we charge only 1 rupee. We can get about 18,000, no, 1,800 a month.
Zai visited Israel twice and has written essays and books about her travels and the connection between the Mizo and the Jewish people.
I admire Israeli soldiers. Here I wrote many things, many things regarding, about Israel. And I sold them in Mizoram. I sold them well. In a day, I could sell even 100 books.
Many tribespeople do not distinguish between Christianity and Judaism. From their point of view, there are only minor differences between the two. However, the Mizo are only too aware of all the minute differences among themselves with all their various sects. Dr. Tangruma, a Sabbath-observing minister, used to belong to the Jewish community, but disassociated himself from it because of differences of opinion regarding Jesus.
I myself, I cannot deny it up to this day. Jesus Christ is the real Messiah.
Members of the Jewish community claim that Dr. Tangruma wanted to be appointed a rabbi, but when he was not, he established an independent congregation of a different variety. We found out that Aizaw, like so many other places, has a long-standing tradition of rain on Purim holiday. But even a downpour won't dampen festive spirits or ruin the masquerade. Thus shall it be done to the man whom the king delighteth to honor.
Kan ti tak zia te hi kan rabi te le kan rabbinical le khung rorel tu the an retok lo hian ka rel tuk thina chunga wang chuan heng hi pi ma chan min lo chua ngai se ti du na wangin zan po mu lo win ni khat dar kar som ni palit chung fe la kanin buat sai na a thei top ka chua chan chu nia
Mizo elders say that when the tribe first began to wander, it had a Torah scroll. No one knows for certain what happened to that holy book. Perhaps it was eaten by a great dog, they claim, with all due gravity.
Thousands of years away from home, my brothers, you come and see me now. Great is our fame, Ben Manasseh. The lost children are marching home again.
Perhaps these are the children of Manasseh, or perhaps not. But the show must go on. According to legend, at the end of days, the entire world will acknowledge its faith in one God. The human race will realize that all creation has one source. Then the assumption that the Mizo tribe is descended from Manasseh will be no more imaginary than the so-called fact that the Jews are the descendants of Judah. In the world of legend, all versions blend into one complete and colorful tapestry. When the Lord brought back those that returned to Zion, we were like unto them that dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the nations, the Lord hath done great things with these. The Lord hath done great things with us. We are rejoiced. Just before Passover, 30 members of the community moved to Israel, their age-old dream fulfilled at last. The new immigrants are welcomed by relatives already living in Israel. A legend that began in a ramshackle hut at one end of the world leads us to an immigrant's caravan in southern Israel.